welcome back to the Gold Project. You guys liked my Mrs. Meyer's and Method dish soap comparison video so much that I'm back again with another comparison video. Now, I'm actually going to do the video with the Dawn versus Method. I just have not filmed that yet, but it is coming, so just a lot of you wanted to see it, so I am going to film that. I just feel I need to know a little bit more about the Dawn product before I actually do that video. So today I will be testing out the all-purpose cleaners from Method and Mrs. Meyer's. Now, I ordered both of these from Grove Collaborative, so in the description below I will leave links to the Grove Collaborative website where I purchased them, but I will also leave links to Target where you can get both products. That is where I have done my comparisons for pricing as well. Now, if you are not a Grove VIP member, I am going to leave that link below. There are a set of 3 products plus a caddy for Mrs. Meyer's that you can get free when you sign up to be a VIP and place your first $20 order. So it's probably one of the best deals I've done because I have a caddy and I absolutely love it. I use it when I'm cleaning to move around the house easier. So if you are interested in becoming a VIP, if you're not already, just click that link in the description below. I will also put a card above, because I'm learning how to do that, with the video for the Mrs. Meyer's versus Method dish soap. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to turn my camera around and show you the 2 products. This is going to be just like the older video, and I am going to give you a little bit of information about each product before we do some testing. Now, both products are in front of me, and you guys know I don't do any type of video like this without my handy duty notebook with some information written down so I don't forget to tell you everything you might wonder. So for this, I ordered the Mrs. Meyer's Honeysuckle Multi-Surface Cleaner, and I ordered the Method All-Purpose Cleaner in the Lime plus Sea Salt scent, because that is the hand soap I had in that scent, the Lime plus Sea Salt, and I really did like it, so that's why I ordered that scent. Now, I will tell you that the Method here is 28 fluid ounces. So you can tell right now by them sitting next to each other that the Method has more. It has 28 fluid ounces and the Mrs. Meyer's has 16 fluid ounces. So if you were to just look at them, look at them and determine which one you're going to get, probably the Mrs. Meyer's has the more attractive packaging for it to sit on your counter, which is probably why it's got less fluid ounces in it than the Method. You're probably paying for the decorative bottle, if it's my guess, because the price. The Method All-Purpose Cleaner is, on Grove, it is $3.99, okay? $3.99, and you're getting 28 fluid ounces. Also on Grove, the Mrs. Meyer's Honeysuckle is $3.89 for 16 fluid ounces. So if you were going to look at ounces and price alone, you are getting a better deal for the Method on Grove Collaborative. Okay, now if you were to get it from Target, Target had the Method for $2.99. So you could get it cheaper at Target, or Grove does do price comparisons. How much was the Mrs. Meyer's? The Mrs. Meyer's was actually $3.99 from Target. So all around, if you're looking at price, the best for your buck is the Method. Okay, so if you look at that, in my opinion, you are paying more for the Mrs. Meyer's for the more decorative packaging. If that is more important to you, then that might be the one that you want to get. But you know, some of you might like the packaging on the Method. I'm not sure, because the Method products do look nice on your counter. This one's just more, I see more people with the Mrs. Meyer's on their counter in pictures than the Method. So the next thing that you might wonder is, well, how many scents can I get? That's a big factor. I did look that information up. Now, Grove has, you can just click on the product and it has a drop-down list for you to choose what scent you want. Target, you actually have to go to each one separate. So if there's 5 different ones, it's gonna be 5 different links at Target. At Grove, there's one link with a drop-down list, if that makes sense. So I did look at Grove, and the Method all-purpose cleaner comes in 6 different scents. The Mrs. Meyer's comes in 8. So 8 versus 6, and y'all, that could probably change at any moment. Just when I looked at this information, the Mrs. Meyer's came in more scents than the Method. But if you're like me, you might find one that you like and then you won't want to get another one. I mean, it just depends. So right now, without any tests, this is the better deal. All right, unless you're wanting more decorative packaging. Now let's talk about ingredients, because ingredients are important. Do they focus on recycling? What is the products made of? Now, when I looked at the Mrs. Meyer's products do a very good job at labeling on the back. It actually says it right here. It is derived from, it's plant derived, natural essential oils, and birch bark extract. All of that is listed right there, all natural products, okay? The Method is a little bit harder to find out. On the back, it does say, or on the side, it is harder to read in this clear bottle, I will say. It does say that it is naturally derived. Okay, I did look it up on the internet too. So in this little paragraph, it does have naturally derived. So both are natural products. Both bottles focus on you recycling the bottle once you are finished. So I would say it is dead even in that area. Now, next thing you might wonder is, what in the world can I use this all-purpose cleaner for? Is there something that I don't need to use it on? So I did look that information up for you, because if you're anything like me, it's great to have one product you can use on the counters, you can use on the floor, you can use on glass, you can use on the mirror. That is important. So I looked up that information, and the Mrs. Meyer's says, and this states on the bottle, the Mrs. Meyer's said it is for non-porous surfaces, finished floors and tile, walls, countertops, porcelain, bath fixtures, sealed stone, and granite. All of that is listed on the back here. If I can figure out where I saw that. No, oh yeah, there it is. Yep, it is on the side here. And y'all, this is hard to read, I'm gonna tell you. Let me see if my camera will zoom in. It's in the side on white, and I'm sure that they did it in white just so it is not as eye-catching, because they want it to be on there, but they don't want it to be the focal point of the bottle. Okay, so that is on the bottle. Then the Method is for counters, tile, stone, wood, and granite. So I would say, let's see, yep, there it is. And I would actually say it's easier to read this one than the Mrs. Meyer's, if my camera will focus. And it is also listed on the back of the bottle. If I can find the, where is the, I'm on the wrong side. Oh Lord, I was on the Spanish side. There we go. Counters, tile, stone, wood, and glass. So I would say both products could be used on the same type of surfaces. So right now, still by looking at all this information, I would have to go with the Method. Okay, that is without doing any testing. So now we are going to test these two products. So, you know, price is great, the appearance of the bottle is great, the ingredients are great, but what do you want to know? How well do these products work? That's what I want to know. You guys, I've never used the Method all-purpose cleaner. I've used the anti-bac spray and absolutely love it. So we are going to go to my bathroom to do this testing. I'm going to use the mirror to test because I'm thinking it's going to be easier for you to see the mirror than these counters. These counters are going to be kind of hard to see. So I'm going to do everything on the mirror. So I'm going to test several different things. I'm going to test for like grease. I'm actually going to take some cooking spray and I'm going to spray it on the mirror. And I'm going to spray this product, each one of these products, and see which one takes the cooking spray off the best. Because you guys, when you are cooking something on the stove and it's grease popping everywhere, you want a product that's not going to smear and make it worse. Next, I'm going to test toothpaste. So I'm either going to have my son or daughter spit on the mirror, yes, or I'm gonna somehow mark some toothpaste on the mirror because the, you know, caked up toothpaste, that's hard to get off at times. So having something that can take that off is great. We're gonna check for stickiness, so I'm actually going to spray them on the counter. I'll probably do that in here, and I'm gonna test to see if it's sticky or not, because it might clean very well, but if it leaves a sticky residue, that's a no-go for me. I'm going to test the smell to see which one smells better. Do either one of them stink when sprayed? Because you don't want your bathroom or your kitchen stinking after you spray something. And then we're gonna test for streaks. So I'm gonna see if me trying to clean the mirror off leaves streaks. I'm having the hardest time finding something that does not streak on my mirrors. So now we're going to head off to the bathroom to test all of those things. Okay, I'm now in the bathroom, and this might appear a little odd because you can see me through the mirror, and I've tried to make it to where you cannot see my camera, so that's why my camera is angled to the side. So we are going to use one side for the Mrs. Meyer's and the other side for the Method. I've also got two different microfiber cloths. I've got two different colors so that you can tell the difference. This one, both of them are clean. Method, Mrs. Meyer's. Okay, so I've got my cooking spray here. I'm going to spray this mirror with this Great Value vegetable oil spray, and I'm a little bit nervous about this. I'm hoping this takes it off. So I'm going to try not to get anything in the middle of the mirror. So I'm going to make sure that I spray the same amount on both sides. And then I'm actually going to let it sit here for just a minute and dry for a second, because if you're cooking in the kitchen, you are going to let that grease dry because you're eating while it's sitting there, if you're anything like me. So I usually don't clean the kitchen until after I eat. So I'm going to let this sit here for just a minute, then we're going to come back and we're going to try both of these products to try to take it off of the mirror. Now I am back. I've let it sit on the mirror for about 5 minutes, so now we're going to test. So I am going to spray the product. We're going to do Method first. It would help if I actually opened the bottle. I'm going to let it sit for a minute. I know people suggest you letting things sit for a minute. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's just with me doing one. You can see it smearing all over the place. Now let's do the Mrs. Meyer's. Oh, Lord. Hold on. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, let me move my camera because I want y'all to see this. Okay, I'm going to try to get this to the best of my ability, because I want y'all to see the difference here. They both streaked. Okay, both of them streaked. This is the Method. And you can see, there's parts, so you can kind of see me there. There are parts that you can kind of see me. Now, y'all look at that. So the Mrs. Meyer's just completely streaked. It did nothing. The Mrs. Meyer's completely streaked. Look at it. Let's see if I can move to the side. Do you see that versus the Method? So they both streaked, but the Method is less cloudy. Look at that, than the Mrs. Meyer's. So with the cooking spray, I would have to say Method wins. Alright, so the mirror is now cleaned off, and you know what actually took all of the streaks and stuff off? The rubbing alcohol. So whoever recommended rubbing alcohol to not streak your mirrors, a big thumbs up, because this actually was able to remove all of the cooking spray with no streaking. So I want to make sure that we had everything off before we went to the next thing. So the next product we are going to test is toothpaste. Toothpaste. So what I'm going to do, I was going to have one of my kids come spit on the mirror, but I didn't think that was very good. So I'm actually going to take toothpaste and I'm going to wipe it on this mirror. This is the only time I would ever do this. We're just going to kind of mark it. So some of it's got a thick blob and then kind of not. So I'm going to make sure that I make this even. I want it to look about the same. It's got a little bit more thickness. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I've got to, can y'all kind of see that? Oh, nope, you can't. Okay, there you go. So I've got 2 little spots of toothpaste up here, and we're fixing to test these out. I'm going to let them sit for a minute, and then we are going to test both products on that. Okay, you guys, it's been about 5 minutes, and I am coming back in here to test both of these spots. Method, Mrs. Meyer's. So we're going to make sure that we use the designated rag for each one. We don't want to mix the two. And I'm going to have 4 squirts. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will tell you, just by spraying alone, the Mrs. Meyer's is more, it's not as clear as the Method when sprayed. Okay. So, here we go. Method. Wow, look at that. That almost took off everything in one swipe. Okay, that did amazing. Next. Okay, that did too. Mrs. Meyer's did great on that. But we're still streaking. Okay. Based off of that, they both took off the toothpaste, but the Method had less residue left than the Mrs. Meyer's. The Mrs. Meyer's is kind of streaked a little bit down, and the Method is not. Okay? So, Method is one on the toothpaste and the cooking oil. So, I'm going to smell it too. I'm going to spray it up here. We're going to do 2 different things at one time. I am going to spray it up here, and then I'm going to test on how well it streaks. If it streaks or if it doesn't. So I'm going to switch out my rags since they have toothpaste on them. And then we will test that. Okay, so I switched out rags. Still got different colors. We're going to use the green for the Method and the blue once again for the Mrs. Meyer's. So we're going to do 2 things at once here. I'm going to spray them, and I'm just going to try to clean one area of the mirror, and I'm going to see how streaked it is. Okay. So we're going to put Mrs. Meyer's, Method. And then I'm just going to try to clean it and see how the streaks are. Just plain with nothing that we're testing, just the product itself. And remember, I am using a clean rag. Okay, so I will say that that did not streak at all. The Method did not streak. Mrs. Meyer's, clean rag. And I'm making sure to apply the same pressure on each side. Okay, you guys. And I would say the scent is good on both of them. Both of them have nice scents. Okay, I'm going to say once again, Method is not streaked. Mrs. Meyer's does have some streaking. So I would have to say Method. And you guys, I was really hoping that the Mrs. Meyer's was better because I have so many of these bottles in my kitchen. But you guys, the Method has been better on toothpaste. It has been better on the cooking oil. It has been better on the streaking, and they're both the same on the smell. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go to my kitchen and do one last thing. Some people told me that the Method was sticky after applying it to the counter. It left a sticky residue. So if it does, I'm definitely not good on that. So we're going to test both of them on my kitchen counter. Okay, now we are back in my kitchen, and I just have a little random spot over here that I am going to use to test. So I've still got the same rags, the Method rag, and then we have the Mrs. Meyer's with the blue rag. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spray it. I'm going to wipe it clean. I'm going to let it dry, and I'm going to see if the surface is sticky. Okay, I'm going to let them sit for just a second, and then I will come back on in a few minutes, and I'm going to test to see if either one is sticky. Okay, now I've let this sit for a few minutes, and I'm going to use both of my hands. I'm going to test my left hand with the Method, my right hand with the Mrs. Meyer's, okay? I don't feel that the Method is sticky at all. I think they're both about the same. Kate, you want to come test this?
Yes.
Okay, I want you to put your hand over here in this area and see if you think it's sticky.
No.
Okay, now put your right hand over here and see if you think that's sticky. No, come around this way. And put your right hand and see if it's sticky. No?
No.
Okay.
But I definitely feel like this one is better than that one.
Ah, so Kate right there told you that the Method felt more clean than the Mrs. Meyer's. So neither one of these areas had anything on it. I had already cleaned this a while back. So she says that she felt like after touching both of them that the Method did feel better on the counter. Now, after we have done all of that, so we've talked about all the ingredients, pricing, we have tested grease with the cooking oil, we've tested toothpaste, we've tested the smell, if it's sticky on the counter, and if the product alone streaks. And you guys, I'm completely shocked to say that the Method all-purpose spray is definitely for me the one that was the best. I am so shocked because let me show you. This is the first bottle of this I have ever owned. I have never purchased this. I know I have the anti-bac spray and I absolutely love that, but I'd never tried the all-purpose spray until this project. And you guys, let me show you how many of these I have and how shocked I am that the other one's better. I have honeysuckle, orange clove, peppermint, peony, and I just finished the mint. So you guys, I have so many of these bottles, but this one's better. This one is all around better. The only thing that's better about these that I will say personally is they look better on my counter. But overall with tests, if we go by price, if we go by how many fluid ounces that you get per product, the method, hands down, is the best. So I would love it in the comments below if you would share with me what you thought of this comparison, and are you as shocked as I am about this? Also, if you have any other comparison video ideas, leave that in the description below, because these are actually pretty fun. I enjoyed doing this and I learned something today just like you guys did. So you guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you give it a thumbs up, and I hope you subscribe if you haven't done so already. We would love to have you as part of this community. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and until next time, bye you guys.